cheddar, cabbage, green, Benjamins, guap, moolah, dead presidents, cash, dough, notes, scratch, coin, paper, bread, fat stacks. That's right. Today we're going to talk about money. I'm Jarrett Carpenter, and this is Wifi Water. Since it's the beginning of a new year, I thought I'd create an episode to complement episode 31, where I chatted with Jem Blue about making 2021 goals attainable. And on this episode, I want to focus more specifically on money. It's a perfect time of the year to think about your financial goals, no matter what they are. Putting a down payment on a home, buying something you saw online, paying off some student or credit card debt, maxing out your 401k contributions, or just saving up some money for that rainy day. With money, you can do one of four things. You can destroy it, but let's not talk about that. That's ill-advised. You can invest it, you can save it, or you can spend it. Let's look at spending first and ask ourselves one simple question. Do we know where our money goes every month? This is a more roundabout way of simply asking, do we have a monthly budget? If the answer is yes, hats off to you. If the answer is no, why not create one now? Creating a monthly budget and tracking your spending is the backbone of personal financial organization. Knowing where your money is spent is not only empowering, but it will give you the info to make data-driven decisions to ensure that you have the cabbage available to invest and save in 2021. Saving money is better than spending it whenever possible. As the saying goes, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. However, saving money for a long period of time can be less advantageous. And to explain this phenomenon, I'm going to pass the mic to a real doctor.
Here's the plan. We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
Well, don't you think we should maybe ask for more than $1 million? $1 million isn't exactly a lot of money these days. Virtucon alone makes over $9 billion a year.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's a lot. Okay, then. We hold the world ransom for $100 billion.
You see, over time, inflation kicks in, which is a fancy way of saying the gallon of milk you buy today for $3.50 will cost $5 sometime in the future. Annual inflation runs somewhere between 1% to 2.5%, and it's the reason why the government provides its employees a 3% annual raise in salary. It's their way of trying to curtail inflation. So instead of saving for the long term, where interest rates are often lower than the rate of inflation, i.e. your money is losing value, let's think about investing. Investing, just like spending and saving, should have a strategy. To learn how to do anything, it's often wise to see how the experts have done it before you so as to not reinvent the wheel, and who better to learn from than Warren Buffett.
Defining your circle of competence is the most important aspect of investing. It's not how important, how large your circle is. You don't have to be an expert on everything. But knowing where the perimeter of that circle of what you know and what you don't know is, and staying inside of it, is all important. Tom Watson Sr., who started IBM, said in his book, he said, I'm no genius, he said, but I'm smart in spots, and I stay around those spots. And you know, that is the key.
Circle of competence. What a simple idea. Essentially, Buffett is saying we need to invest in what we understand. Invest in companies and things for which you understand the real-world application and thus grasp the future potential and opportunity for growth. To provide a more real-life example from my own life, I'm going to talk about Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat makes meat substitute like burgers, meatballs, ground beef, and they're currently perfecting and hopefully soon will roll out their own chicken nuggets, obviously with no real chicken. Now, prior to purchasing the stock on the day of its initial public offering, or IPO, I had been a pescatarian for years. Pescatarian is the colloquial way of saying I don't eat animals that roam the earth, but I'm open to eating things from the sea, like fish and shrimp. All of which is to say that I've tried my fair share of meat substitute products. And so when I came across Beyond Meat, I knew I found something. I was not only impressed with the quality of the product, but I was hyper aware of their dominance in this niche specific space. Another example of Buffett's circle of competence would be my father's early investment in Tesla. After being one of the first to hop on a 6-month waiting list for a Toyota Prius back in the early 2000s, He's known since the first time he drove his Prius in 2003 that hybrid cars were the future, and that they would eventually give way to fully electric cars, which will eventually take over gas-powered only cars. So when Tesla stock had its IPO, he invested. It's that simple. So where does your circle of competence overlap with current stocks? Or maybe there are new companies whose IPOs could be of interest. Investing, like anything in life, is simple and straightforward when you have a plan, understand the risks, and are willing to learn. I hope to add some real value to your financial goals with the remainder of this episode, and no, I'm not a financial planner by any means, so please don't sue me if you bet the farm and lose the cattle. Spending. If you don't have a budget, please create one. Simply writing down what you spend and what you earn for the upcoming month is a good start. You don't even have to change any habits. Order in as much as you like, but promise me that in the following month, you'll take the time to analyze your spending, see where you can cut back, and then work to have money to either save or invest. Saving. If you're already saving money, that is great. If you're earning interest on it in a savings account, even better. All I'll ask is that you make sure you're getting the best interest rate available by comparing your bank's rates to other local institutions. Also, consider banking with online banks that are brick and mortarless. Oftentimes, they offer better rates as their lack of overhead allows them to provide more enticing rates on savings accounts. And finally, investing. In a future episode, I'm going to discuss crypto or cryptocurrencies with a guest. But for now, I'd like to invite those who are investing to consider getting into crypto without actually buying any crypto. Sounds kind of cool, right? Well, here's the tip. CoinBase. CoinBase is one of the largest, if not the biggest, cryptocurrency exchange platforms in the US, and their company is planning an initial public offering, or IPO, this year. So be on the lookout for this. This is a great way to buy into the crypto world without the inherent risk of the wild, wild west that is crypto investing. Coinbase is where thousands, if not millions, of people in the US go to exchange their dollars for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. As I said, I plan on dedicating an entire episode to crypto, but for now, be on the lookout for Coinbase's IPO, a company whose value will continue to rise with the overall crypto and digital currency market. I hope that this episode has brought you some value, or at least some things to consider acting upon. In future episodes, we'll dive deeper into spending, saving, investing, and cryptocurrencies. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wifi Water Podcast. And in 2021, I just asked that you
show me the money.
Jerry, does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry.
Show you the money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. I better hear you say it.
No. Show you the money.
Not show you. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Louder.
Show me the money.
That's it, brother, but you got to yell that shit.
Show me the money.
I need to feel you, Jerry.